Hello, captains. Hello, pirates. Hello, each and every one of you scurvy dogs. My name is Captain Cash the Stampede, and welcome to the channel. Now, I do want to apologize that this video is coming late to you because, well, I'll be honest, I was hoping that the developers would give us some sort of news about the game's future. Now, to backtrack, on Tuesday, on the same day that I did a live stream, the developers did a stream on Twitch, which was a 1-year anniversary of Skull and Bones. I'll leave a link to that stream and to the developer's note that I'm reading today. But while we were all excited about the future of the game and hearing about it during the stream, largely it was only something that covered essentially the challenges the developers have had making the game up to this point and a couple of additions that they've made along the way. Again, link for that will be in the description, but we will largely be reading everything from through the spyglass section going forward. So this is the small peek that we got into the future of the game. I just really want to talk about that, not things that we already know about. So, from the section titled Looking Through the Spyglass, speaking of our plans for year 2, the full reveal will be coming a bit later, but we do have a couple of things we'd like to share with you as they will be implemented soon as a direct response to your feedback. We chatted a little about it during our recent episode of The Deck, which you can watch here if you missed it. Again, link below. The first one goes back to a promise we've made through our letter from the producer at the end of Season 2. To put it simply, you shared a very strong desire for darker and grittier cosmetics and content. And while we've already made significant changes through Season 3 and 4, we're confident you'll like what we have planned. Now, I actually am excited about this because I do think there's just too much, neon and fantasy stuff in the game that's leaning towards the wrong direction. I have no problem with my ship having a bunch of, being covered in the parts of a sea monster, but the fact that it all glows and stuff like that is really unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. So I'm glad that a lot of the stuff that we're getting should be leaning away from that. But I do gotta say I like how the different cultures are represented in the game, because I just got done watching At World's End, and when they have the big pirate alliance at the end of the movie, when they show all of the different captains and all of their crews, we almost look exactly like that, and I'm digging it. I want more of our crew outfits to be more, to have more different cultural variants in them. But I'm liking the direction that we're getting so far. So I'm glad this will help with that. Now, next, related to cosmetics, but specifically to the look of your ship, we know how many of you have eagerly been awaiting for an option to hide or change the look of your armor. Soon, you will be able to hide any armor visuals on your ship, allowing you to fully realize your own visual theme without losing out on gameplay perks. This is fucking cool. Now, I know that most of you captains out there want a full-on transmog system, but I think that this is a good substitute for the moment. Just remove the armor completely, and you just see your normal hull color at the bottom. That's fine. But what I would like to see the devs do instead of a full-on transmog system is to allow us to change the color of the armor itself. Now, this would work exactly like changing the rest of the ship color works. You're gonna adjust the color, and when you do that, the color of the armor changes, the trim, whether it's made out of gold or wood or some sort of, metal or whatever the hell it is. All of that changes just in accordance with the rest of the colors already. I think that could actually work better than full-on transmog, because I think what's happening is that the developers don't want the armor to lose its identity. I think they're fine with you just sailing around with nothing on the ship, clearly, because we're getting that. But having a Leviathan armor, but then wearing the Celestial Dance on the outside of it, I believe that they think that defeats the purpose, and I sort of agree. But coloring the armor, let me know down in the comments what you think, or would you just rather prefer just full-on transmog? Let's talk about it. Now, other quality of life changes coming your way include cleaning up and improving inventory management tools. While we're working on adding more options to help you sort out your items in the future, we will be helping you declutter your cargo and warehouse by moving treasure maps or non-contract items from your inventory to the journal where you can keep track of all your objectives in one location. You'll also be given the option to move non-main contract items to the warehouse. Another major change we're planning is our approach to the seasonal formula. We can't wait to share more details, but to give you an idea, our future seasons will expand beyond the addition of new world events, ships, equipment, and narratives. Pretty much everything that we're doing right now. Our aim is to bring more variety to the game with each season, with the goal of offering you our new ways to engage with and experience your own pirate fantasy. What this means is that we believe the true endgame isn't about just building and managing our Helm Empire, a key learning we've made by observing the different activities all of our players like to partake in. In year 2, we will give you more options to progress through one or multiple endgame paths of your choice, based on the pirate life you want to experience. While this might sound a little bit vague now, rest assured more details on our plans will be revealed very soon. Now, I will say this is promising. I don't know that it's exciting news just yet. The exciting news would be, knowing exactly what we're getting ourselves into. But we don't have that just yet, so this is promising news. And while I have an idea on maybe what they could be talking about, I'm not going to spitball it right now. We'll just, get back to the article. Now, next, this also means our Helm Empire will also be receiving a major overhaul with the launch of year 2. Our primary goals are to move away from the seasonal reset of manufactories each season, improve the tools you have at your disposal to manage your empire, basically funding all manufactories within a region, and expanding the production capabilities of your manufactories, along with giving you long-term objectives to work towards with every season. These changes are aimed to reposition our Helm Empire feature as just one of many possibilities for you to accumulate wealth and resources, build the strongest fleet you can assemble, and claim your spot as the most infamous pirate kingpin in the Indian Ocean. To achieve this, we will be proceeding with a seasonal reset when transitioning into Year 2, Season 1. We understand that having an advance notice is important to your preparation, so with that in mind, we'd like to share the current plans for this reset below. Alright, listen up, captains. All manufactories and their upgrades, Helm Empire upgrades, Pieces of 8, Sovereigns, Raiders cash chests, all of these will be reset at the end of the season. Players will only be allowed to carry over 50,000 pieces of 8 with them into next season. Sovereigns will be fully retired from the game starting next season, and the exact number of Kupfer bars to be rewarded in to be rewarded in exchange for Raider chests will be communicated at a later date. Now, we have a breakdown for owned territories and manufactories. By the look of it, every one territory you have will basically get you one Helm lease. So if you own multiple territories, you will be given one Helm lease for each territory that you have once the season wraps up. As far as manufactories go, owners of 10 manufactories will be rewarded with 30 upgrade parts. 20 manufactories will get you 40. 30 manufactories will get you 50 parts, 40 factories will get you 60 parts, 50 factories get you 70 parts, 60 factories get you 80 parts, 70 factories get you 90 parts, and if you have all 76 factories, you will be rewarded with 100 upgrade parts. This is the cap by the look of it, so only a maximum of 100 upgrade parts will be able to be held at that time. And Pieces of 8, it looks like they will be capped out at 250,000. I'm hearing that Pieces of 8 will be far more rare going into next year. Now, the seasonal reset is especially important for the overhaul of our Helm Empire coming in Year 2, Season 1. It will also bring a significant rebalance to our in-game economy. This rebalance will impact the value of Pieces of 8 the most, increasing their rarity and value as the sought-after in-game currency, like I just mentioned. Alright, it goes without saying that your feedback on this specific topic matters greatly and plans can change accordingly. Do let us know your thoughts. All of this is just a tiny fraction of everything we have yet to reveal for the future of Skull and Bones, and this reveal will come soon. In the meantime, you may have noticed some changes in St. Anne. 1 year already is the next article. You heard it right, Captain. It's been 1 year, and for that, a celebration is very well on the menu. Welcome to the founding, our dear Kingpin John Scurlock, and I thought he was a pirate lord, not a kingpin, but whatever. John Scurlock of St. Anne has put together an event to celebrate the founding of this infamous pirate den. Starting February 18th, this past Tuesday, take part in the founding, a series of celebration events where you'll have the chance to earn heaps of silver, an irresistible new pet, a new firework, cosmetics, and a tons of equipment for your ship if you have missed out on any of it throughout the year. Now's your chance to fill your arsenal. One last thing to mention before we let you go, this anniversary event is also a rare opportunity to convert your soon-to-be retired sovereigns into John Scurlock's own celebration currency, the Silver Lions. This currency will allow you to purchase everything related to the anniversary event and stock up before Year 2 Season 1 launches. You'll find the celebration vendor located by the Scurlock statue in St. Anne. Don't miss it. So that is largely it. Now, we also ended up being told a few things that had just really brought me down and had me sad. We're not getting the top half of the map when Year 2 launches. I have absolutely no idea how that happened, but that will not be a thing just yet. Honestly, the way it sounded in the stream, it doesn't even sound like this is something that's going to be happening like next season or the season after that. Maybe they're going to be a little bit more transparent about it in the future, but at this time, at this moment, I would not be expecting it next season or even the season after that. So, there's one thing that kind of brought down the stream. We did get more of a confirmation that large ships are coming, so anyone who's been just dying for large ships, last year when they were talking about it, it sounded like it was more of a concept and something that they hadn't really thought about bringing into the game. But listening to them, it almost sounds like larger ships are coming faster or sooner than we're getting the top half of the map. Now, I could have been reading that excitement completely wrong. Again, you'll have a link to the stream and you can, be the judge of that yourself. But that was discussed in the stream as well. Now, honestly, outside of that news, we haven't gotten anything. I waited and waited, and I just hope that some sort of, nugget of hope would be shared with us in the subreddit, but unfortunately that is not the case. We are getting the Discord and everything set up right now. You can thank someone who follows the channel, Captain Chester P. He's been helping to put that together, which is awesome. Thank you for that, Captain. So in our next stream, we will start passing out our own invites to the Discord, but I'm gonna finally join the Skull and Bones Discord that I vaguely knew about. I feel like I knew about it, but just didn't really pay attention to the fact that that was a thing. But I'm going to join that as well because I would have known about this stream had I been in their Discord. So I'm hoping that the channel will become even more informative with me being, having access to even more, notifications from the developers. But after all of that rambling, captains, we still haven't had a chance to talk about or hear about our Year 2 just yet. But once we do, we'll sit back on the deck and, have a good grog about it. But until then, I have been Captain Cash the Stampede, and we will see you out there in the seas. Take it easy, Captain.